So hello everyone. It's been a long time since I've done a video, so I'm kind of nervous. Um, yeah, look who's here, reclaiming our well-being. So I've called her Ro now, and she's my second daughter. I'm so happy. I picked her up last week, Thursday, and it was a grey, cold, rainy day, and I had to go to another city to pick her up at the customs office because she was coming from England. And yeah, I was really like, oh, I don't want to go there. But when I got there, I was so happy. I opened the box and she's like satin. It's really soft. The pages are like this beautiful cream color. Um, yeah, it just looks and feels great. So I had to share it with everyone on the way home, and even the customs man, I had to tell him the story about the book and how long it took and how much I love it and how much it can, yeah, change people's lives basically. So the subtitle is now called Yoga Psychology for Emotional Development and Purpose through Ayurveda, Chakras, and the Goddesses. So yeah, I'm really happy. Like I got home and I was still touching the book and making sure she was still here with me. And in the morning, the same thing. I just wanted to look, is it still true? Is it really that good? Or was it just me in a good mood? So I'm really happy. Like, I don't know if you can see it very well. Yeah, you can. So the quality is this matte satin kind of feel. It's delicious. And even me, I've read this so many times, like going through the revisions and the editing and the proofreading. But then lying in my bed reading my book, I just got into it, and all of a sudden I was like 25 pages further, and I was like, oh, I've got to go to bed now. So it's also how do you say that, yeah, speaking from myself. I know it's my own book and I shouldn't be too proud or too vain, but it's well written, it's easy to read. I've gone over it 7 times in the end, so that people don't waste time. I know everyone's got very little time. So even though it's a thick book, it's like 330 pages. It's a lot of information, but it's also because I want you to understand everything. So you can skip the whole first part, the first 4 chapters, explain why the practices work. So the last 6 chapters are all practices. And then the 5th chapter explains all the different kinds of practices and how they affect which parts of our mind, body, emotions, psyche, soul. So all these different bodies that we have. So I talk about the 5 bodies, and I'll just show you one of the diagrams that's in there. So it does have some images, not that many, about 5 or 6, but it does have this image. Is something I made to look at the chakra as a connection point. So all the energy coming together and the different aspects of ourselves that we often don't realize are also taking part of every relationship, every interaction, everything that we do. And I'll read some of these bits of the book out. So the opening poem I'll read out. And this is what writing a book for 4 years has done to me. Now I need glasses. So I'm wearing glasses, otherwise I can't read. So I remember last year I was meant to meet someone, and I was trying to type, and I said, no, I've got to work on my book because my eyes are going funny and they only work the first few hours, and I just didn't realize I needed glasses. So now I have glasses. I can read for hours again. I can write. I can do all those things. So I'll read a few parts of the book now in this recording. And if you want to hear more, it'll be on the podcast. So I'm also making this into a podcast, but I'll just keep this short. Okay. So the poem is called Stepping into Our Beauty and Power. It's an invocation to Shakti, Mother of Beauty and Power. Ya Devi Sarvabhuteshu Shakti Rupana Sanstita. Namastasye, 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 namo namah. So that's just the Sanskrit first part, but I've made my own poem after that. So beloved, beautiful, brilliant, boundless, breathing mother, initiator, inspirator, and grace of all we encounter, embody, and embrace, of all we seek, fear, and must face. I invoke you on our journey of transformation. Awaken our potential power through emotion. Fill our bodies, minds, and souls with passion, honoring your sovereign knowledge as life in motion. I call upon your brilliance to shine bright, to guide us when we feel forsaken to the light. Carry us when we fear we can no longer stand nor fight. On this inspired journey of reclaiming our gift and birthright. You are the passage, destination, and ever-present feeling. Your music unravels and reweaves our path of healing, finding ourselves in a space that sends our hearts and souls reeling. We live, celebrate, and co-create a life full of rapture and meaning. Let us honor and be honored every hour. So we, Mother Shakti, finally flower, fearlessly step into our beauty and power, celebrating your being, our valley and spring shower. And we be who we were created to truly be, gorgeous, brilliant, and free. So I kind of think we're all feeling that at the moment. And yeah, it's what I've been feeling for a very long time, but I think we're all getting to this pinnacle or peak of that sentiment. Okay, now it's enough. Let's really get going and change what needs to be changed. So this is from the chapter of emotions, which is the second or third chapter, I believe. Let me see. So the first chapter is yoga, Ayurveda, and health. The second one is koshas. Yeah, the third one is emotions. Emote to live fully. So all this censorship is not helping us to emote, whether we emote even to ourselves or our family and loved ones, or just even in general public. You notice that people are really holding themselves in, and that's not just America, that's everywhere. And that's because of that social distancing. So I'm going to read a little bit called a subheading called Changing the Emotional Current. Or is it this I want to do? Hang on, there's so much I would like to read to you. Sorry. Yeah, okay. Changing the emotional current. Imagine how amazing we'd feel when we embody and express our deepest desires, our unique expression of love, power, and beauty. Passionately living, breathing, enjoying, relating, communicating, creating, nourishing, and resting. Liberated with enthusiasm and deliberation. How can we bring this to life? The exchange between inner and outer worlds creates an ebb and flow of life within us. Every sensation is a wave of body and mind meeting, matter and spirit merging in infinite forms, surrendering to the emotions as they arise. We rise to meet the tides, ride the waves, and harness the underlying energy, a return to wholeness from the biorhythms of being. Emotional awareness, literacy, and development retrains our brain, beliefs, and biology to become the creators of our experience. Beliefs, conscious or not, determine what we let into our lives. They also let the floodgates of emotion. They're also the floodgates of emotions. Saving energy disorganizes biology. Remember, life is about movement, change, and engagement. We are made to engage, to move, and change states. Engaging in work we love life. Life, like emotions, directs us if we don't direct them. We can channel and direct both through intentions, clarity, and specific actions, practice. Emotions tell us which practices are right for us. New pathways raise fear and anxiety, but can easily become excitement, exhilaration, or paralysis. Discerning what limits us, belief, thoughts, memories, or just emotion itself, we can catch the wave and change the current. Rewiring for transformation and growth through practice. Emotions tell us, oh, sorry, I just read that. Emotions and beliefs, affect the way we interact through our vibrational charge, influencing our physiology, energy levels, and psyche. Moving through potential kinetic, electrical, and chemical energy states. This charge is more condensed in certain points, so the chakras and the mama points. Concentrated hormonal receptor sites are found in our gut, heart, and brain, the predominant chakra sites. The chakra system reflects the endocrine system, and every experience relates through these mind-body peripheries. The informational flow from these centers informs our cells and forms tissue through emotional fluctuations. Pre-verbal dynamics or chronically repressed emotions become issues in our physical tissues. Just as we manifest disease and issues, we can loosen solidified energy by releasing the buildup of beliefs, emotions, thoughts, reversing accumulation, aggravation, provocation, and even manifestation. Because we have to address the 5 bodies to reclaim well-being, yoga therapy uses both bottom-up and top-down approaches. And then I go to explain what bottom-up and top-down is, and then how the emotions bridge the different bodies, and so on and so forth. So if you want to hear more, I'm going over to my podcast. I'm ending this video.